everybody, thanks for checking out the channel today. I appreciate you stopping by. My name is Matt and this is Firewood in the Field. Today's video is a continuation. It's the third video in a short series that I've been putting out where I went to my neighbor's house about a mile down the road and helped them by cutting up some trees that had come over in a storm. So the last video was called Working for That Oak and Ash. And today picks up right where that one left off, where I'm done bucking all the logs and I'm time to bring my dump truck over and load up. Appreciate you sticking around. Let's go get the old truck started, get it loaded up, and get the rounds back home. If you hear me crunching, I'm having a snack. All right, I'm back with the dump truck, the old log hauling truck as I call it. If you haven't seen it, this is a 1967 Chevy C60, 366 V8, 5-speed manual transmission, 2-speed rear axle. After looking at how much wood I have, I decided to go ahead and take the extra time to stack it in the bed. I had planned on just dumping with the tractor bucket over the side of the truck and just driving home, but I don't think I'll get it all in one trip. They are calling for a lot of rain this evening and a lot of rain all weekend. I doubt I'll even get to unload this because I've got to, where I want to put this, I've got to move some stuff out of the way at my own wood yard. But if I at least get it home, I can leave it in the truck in the barn and it'll be fine for a while until everything dries out. I still am going to use the tractor and dump over the sides, but I'm probably going to, every 2 or 3 bucket loads of the tractor, I'll get up, I got that stump there as my stepping stone, I'll climb in the back and I'll organize, as I want to get everything in one trip. Try to put the camera somewhere where it won't shake. Last time I used the truck, I put it with a magnet base on the top of the bed on the headache rack, and that is all connected to the bed, and every time I dumped rounds in it, shook like crazy. So I've got a mount on the cab, won't be quite as high up, but I think maybe that'll work. All right, let's show you what we got going on. Oh, and there we go. That's those first 2 small ash logs, and maybe it'll all fit if I don't stack it, but I want to get it all in one load, so I'm definitely going to take the time to stack. That pile is bigger, I think, than the camera's making it look. And then I'm going to start with this. I'm going to get the high value stuff in there first. This 20-inch diameter red oak, I believe. I'm not sure, maybe it's a black oak. Regardless, it's an oak and I want it. I want those rounds in the truck 100%. And then I'll work on that pile. The funky stuff on top I'll toss in the burn pile. I got that little pile of rounds. Get a few rounds over there. And then this is where I got stuck. Well, a little bit stuck. There's a good amount of ash rounds through here. There's my ruts. Good amount of ash rounds all through here. I will get the bucket on the tractor and start going back and forth, and we'll just load the truck as much as I can. We had just enough room to hold it all. I might could have not stacked so high, and I'm not going very far. I'm just going literally 1 mile, about 20 miles an hour. Could have filled the back end a little more, but I didn't know that at the time. Wanted to make sure it would all fit. All right, the truck's all loaded. Like I showed you a minute ago, I stacked it a little high. It's sitting in there good. I'm probably going to go 20, 25 miles an hour just down a little county road to get home. Appreciate the opportunity to get here and harvest a good amount of oak and ash. So a win-win. Property owner needed the wood gone. I could use it in the wood yard. All right, here we are the following day. The weather forecast has changed. There is still rain and maybe now some severe storms coming, but not until this evening and then in through the rest of the weekend. So I've got a little window of time while the field is still dry out there to go ahead and dump the dump truck. All right, well, let me get the truck started and then y'all come on with me out to the field. We'll get this dumped. All right, drove out to the field. Here's where I really wish I had more than one camera. I'd love to put a camera on a magnet mount on the headache rack of the bed and get a view of the wood as it comes out. But this is the best I can do. Over here, you can see all those old skids. Oh, there's the tailgate doors for the truck, but that's where I had those 9 totes that I made out of the musical Firewood series. I just put them out in the drying yard, and if I don't get any of this split today, I'm gonna just take the time to stack the rounds. I know it's an extra touch of the wood, and it can be argued as non-value added, but I had 2 dump truck loads like this I put out here in the field, and this weather we've had this year, it just rains so much and so frequently that it caused them all to get a muddy mess. I spent so much time when I was going to split any of the rounds that were on the ground, just scraping and brushing and wiping them off, and then I just had dirty, muddy firewood. So even though I know it's a little bit of a waste of time and it's an effort, I want all the rounds stacked on those skids versus just on the ground. Let me get the truck fired up. I think I'm gonna scoot the camera back just a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't get hit, and we'll get to dumping. All right, everybody, it's going to be a wrap on the video. Appreciate you coming along for the ride if you were here. I'm going to try to split up a little bit of this while the rain isn't here, and everything that doesn't get split today is going to go on these pallets like I mentioned earlier. Go put the dump truck back in the barn and call it a wrap. But thanks for checking out the channel. Really appreciate everyone being here watching the videos. If any of y'all want to hit that like and subscribe button, I'd appreciate that too. From Matt at Firewood in the Field, see you next time.